Good evening, everybody. My name is Bharti Kher. I'd like to wish everybody at IMMA a wonderful evening of art and culture, and also welcome you to my exhibition. I hope that you enjoy looking at the work as much as I enjoyed seeing it. A Consummate Joy was installed in February of this year. Literally the same night as the lockdown was supposed to be our opening. And I unfortunately was unable to join all of you to see the inauguration of the exhibition. But I'm very, very happy to see that the show is up and running and that people are able to visit the exhibition. Much has changed since March of this year. These past 6 months have been, for very many people, a time of introspection and thought, a time that we've spent with our families and our loved ones. Many of us have also been alone. There are many who have been unwell and who have suffered greatly in the past. I felt that this exhibition, there are various places and spaces of pause. And I like to think that when you experience my work, you're able to look at the range and the ways of pause. There are times in our lives where the world takes over, or things that beyond our control certainly take over. I feel that the work Virus specifically is a very pertinent work in light of what has been happening in the past 6 months. It is a future prediction work, and I urge you to read the texts. They are serious, ecological, and at times irreverent. There's a series of hybrid bodies in this exhibition called the intermediaries. I feel that these works are about things, people that inhabit living spaces that are changing and breathing continuously. They really are works that are always in flux, in different stages of being, very much like ourselves. The idea that the inside and the outside, I try and allow them to become tangible, to describe perhaps the present in time, and then maybe the future, or even perhaps the past in terms of the spaces that they occupy. I want to tap into this idea of the magical and the optical space of possibility. I think especially in times such as the ones that we have experienced now, I like the idea that art can allow you to cross axis and to enter another place, perhaps a place of healing and a place of peace.
Welcome everybody to Culture Night, and we warmly welcome you here for this digital sneak peek and a tour of the Bharti Kher artwork. This is the Irish Museum of Modern Art's wing, and inside we hold over 16 artworks by the artist Bharti Kher. As we take you through the show digitally, this exhibition unravels and unfolds all her practice of sculpture, bindi works, colour, ritual material, so we hope you enjoy this tour tonight. So we're in the second space of the gallery at the museum, and behind me is a massive work of bindi work based on viruses and bindis. Now, how does that happen? This work is a gigantic installation of over 250 bindis that are in Indian. It's an Indian dot, which means a consciousness. It could be a peacock. It could be a door to another world. It could be a vortex. The artist Bharti Kher wanted to show virus as a way, a means to open our consciousness, to look at other worlds, and using the traditional form of the bindi, which is the dot on the head, an Indian traditional ritual, we're looking at this ritual and experience anew. And now we're next to one of Bharti Kher's sculptures called Artemis. This work really reflects her tradition of knowledge, narrative, combining Greek and Latin myths, all compared and constructed with sculptural pieces. Now this work is interesting. We see the many heads, we see this beautiful sculpture which could be found in an Indian flea market or a temple. We don't know. This is where we interlay narrative and time, but also materiality. Bharti Kher takes these works and then she creates the plinth and the beautiful sculpture here to convey the idea of multi-layered meanings. Multi-layered meanings of time, space, and histories that are based on personal struggles. So we look at ritualistic, again, like the buildings earlier, but there's ritualistic meanings of like Artemis, who is the goddess of womanhood, that she fights to provide, to protect female. And we see the many-headed beast here. But Bharti interprets this narrative in her way and what this means to her. So this is a journey of discovery. Welcome into the main area, which is the corridor gallery space. And here we're really delighted to have a major sculpture work by Bharti Kher called A Consummate Joy and a Sisyphean Task. Now remember before we talked about the notion of ancient mythology. So this one, Sisyphean Task, is Sisyphean, it's a Greek myth that he went to Hades, he had to keep rolling this stone up a hill. So this is represented by this piece here. Now we have this massive circle of wood which shows balance. It also shows the anxiety, especially now in this time of COVID. We're all anxious when we need some gravity within our lives. So this is to show ritualistic that things do get better. And it's a consummate joy. So we're always looking for happiness and ways to go forward. So this work really does show an experience of masculine and feminine, of anxiety and hope. And we hope you come to IMMA and enjoy this. Bharti Kher is an artist that's really hard to pin down. Is she a sculptor? Is she a painter? Does she kind of assemble works? Is she kind of a manufacturer of dreams and ideas? She's actually all of these things, as all her work shows to break and unmake narratives. The works are broken, almost like Japanese ceramics, and they're remade in new form. And that's an emblem of Bharti Kher's work. We're looking at magics, histories, mythologies, and I think that's the secret to understanding and entering the world of Bharti Kher. This exhibition, we're in the third space of the museum here at IMMA. Thank you for joining us here on this tour. Many people behind the scenes work on it, so we have to thank our technicians. We have to thank Annie Lynett, who also is the assistant curator on the show, and all the staff at the museum who've helped put this together, and ultimately artist Bharti Kher. Thank you.